What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Sandy Masselli Show. My name is Sandy Masselli. What is today? Oh, yeah. January 14th, 2015. So, all you dirty sluts. So, I went to discussion class today. A history discussion. And what I experienced was one of the weirdest classes. The TA decided that we were going to waste the day. Literally. I mean, it was pretty fun, but it wasn't productive. This is what we did. He gave us note cards, and he told us to write our names, an interesting fact about us, and like our major and whatever. And so, he proceeded to go through like 30 names and read everybody and have like a conversation. He was doing crowd work. No, I don't know if you can do... I don't know, that's dumb. But yeah, no, he was just like going through each person and saying an interesting fact. People, and by the way, they were interesting facts. I take back what I said about the class being weird and dumb, because now that I'm thinking about it, it was pretty awesome. There was like a kid who is best friends with the Dick Cheney family. I mean, okay, maybe not best friends, but like they knew each other and they hung out. And he even said one time his dad went hunting with Dick Cheney. What? Are you crazy? What are you thinking? You're gonna be shot. And he wasn't, I guess. What else? There was a girl who met Dolly Parton. There was a lot of celebrity like sightings, and they've met people, and that was the interesting fact about them. Which, you know, a little bit sad. Because why is meeting a person an interesting fact about you? It's weird to me. So, I don't know, some people weren't like that. There was a Chinese kid who was trained in soccer for 5 years. Trained! What does that even mean? I am assuming that his parents put him in some sort of training facility run by the Chinese government and shit, and wanted him to, like, become a world champion soccer player. Except he said that the Chinese soccer team sucks a bag of dicks. And so he wasn't down for that. He quit because of how bad they were. And they have not played in the World Cup. They played in the World Cup once in 2002, but they don't play because they're just terrible. That's such a weird thing that China does, honestly, is force people to become like super athletes and Olympians. What the heck? You know, we need a movie about that. I want a comedy movie about China and how they have 4-year-olds being taken away from their families so that they can become dope gymnasts by the time they're 16. Such a fucking crazy... Like, Yao Ming, he is the product of the tallest... Well, not the tallest man, but like one of China's best... Like, two... Okay, sorry about me being dumb as shit. They took the best basketball player in China and the best female basketball player in China, or maybe it was like the tallest woman in China, the best male basketball player in China and the tallest woman in China, and they forced them to have a kid, and that kid was named Yao motherfucking Ming. And like the government literally created a goddamn basketball superstar just for some reason, just because they wanted to. What if we should do that shit? Why don't we? I want, like, Shaq and fucking Venus Williams to have a kid. That would be so sick if they had a kid, because he's gonna be fucking huge. Like, that might be the biggest human that could ever be born. Or maybe, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger and some tranny or some shit. I don't fucking know. It's too cold. I fucking hate the cold. And the radiator in our room is broken. We need to fix it. We need to call somebody to fix it. We need to call fix it. But yeah, it's freezing. I don't. Let's talk about the weather. Fucking retard. Goddamn. The R word, rword.org. Yeah. Retard is just, I mean, it's embedded in my vocabulary. A lot of bad words are, man. It's hard to break the mold. And honestly, who gives a fucking retarded shit? It's just a word. If you're saying it like that, if somebody said, who gives a fucking retarded shit? I'm pretty sure you can't take that seriously as an offensive thing. I look fucking retarded as shit in the picture today. I just fucking didn't even think about it. Usually I take 4 or 10 million takes so I can look. I do. No, not really. But I don't know. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. And sometimes. So, went to Johnny Rockets today, which I used to hate Johnny Rockets. I don't know, because, like, I used to get anxiety if I thought that I was in too low tech of an area. Like, I don't know, that's not really what I mean, but I just always wanted to feel like the modern age, like I was in the modern age. I still kind of feel like that, you know? I don't like, I don't, it's weird. For example, I used to, not really anymore, but if I went to a, like, national park where they had some fucking, like, dude's house, like Mount Vernon, Washington, and, well, not Washington, but George Washington's estate. If I went there as a little kid, I would hate it there because it's old, and I don't want old shit, and that's why I didn't like going to Johnny Rockets, because it was too old, and I got anxiety that I wasn't living my life to the fullest potential in 2008 or whatever the shit. I was like, no, it's 2008, it's not 1915. 1950. Why are they dressed up like idiots? Why are we here? This burger's no, this burger's delicious, never mind. Yeah, and seriously, I fucking love, you get burgers there, you get goddamn cheese fries and bacon, like, bits on that. Speaking of Mount Vernon, man. So good at fucking segues, Jesus Christ. I'm a champion. The first night of college, the school decided to give us, okay, so we had to go to this meeting in the student center, and so all the freshmen were there, and then they were like, okay, now it's time to go to Mount Vernon for your first night, which I was warned. My cousin, she's a grade older than me, and I was warned not to go. She said it was gonna not be any fun. And I didn't listen because everyone else I knew was going, so why not? What's the worst that could happen? Well, the worst did happen. Because after the seminar or whatever the fuck they had to tell us at the student center, they line us up in a giant line, and we have to walk through the cafeteria and, like, pick up these boxed lunches, which were fucking gross. No! They shouldn't have done that. And then you get in buses and you ride out to George Washington's estate. Now, it was pretty cool in the beginning because, you know, it's dope. Like, we got there, I'm going to say at like 2 o'clock. Why not? It was bright out, it was day, and you're walking through this museum pretty much, this giant campus, and there's nobody else there. It's shut down. Only for us. You're meeting people, you're walking with people that you just met, talking, mingling. Alright. Pretty cool. Then they have this, like, lawn, and we have to all stand there for hours, man. I don't even know what we were doing there, but we just stood on the grass for, like, so long. And then they decide that, okay, we're gonna do some speeches now. And so, like, 4 or 5 guys that nobody cares about does speeches. Probably people care about them. They're probably pretty important in the university, high up on the ladder of academia, but still, right? It was so boring. And then the speeches are over. We're like, yeah, all right, we get to go back now and all get shit-faced and have a party. Woo! But no. Because they say, oh, we're going to be here for a little bit longer, so we have a scavenger hunt for you guys, I guess. Why not? And they give us this brochure, and I got the brochure. Okay, so I was standing with, like, my roommates and then, like, some other people that we were meeting, this, like, group of girls. I don't know where they live anymore. Yeah, it was a few months ago. And so I look down at the scavenger hunt, and then I look up, and everyone's gone. Except this really short, weird girl. Who was a part of the group of girls that we were all talking to. And she looks at me, and she says, hey, what's up? And I was like, nothing. Where did they all go? Like, what the fuck? I looked away for 2 seconds. She's like, yeah, I don't know. Do you want to do you want to do the scavenger hunt? And I was like, I guess. Like, usually I like scavenger hunts, but kind of tired. And I'm sick of this place. But we decide to go on this scavenger hunt. And it wasn't even a fucking scavenger hunt. It was a quiz. Okay, a scavenger hunt is not, what year was the estate founded in? That's not a fucking scavenger hunt, okay? That is a quiz. And nobody was scavenging, okay? Everybody was just taking out their phones. Excuse me. I have a stuffy nose right now. And Googling the answer. That's not a scavenger hunt. A scavenger hunt is, go find 3 nails in George Washington's stable, or whatever the shit. Go find a hat worn by the brave soldiers of the Revolutionary War. Something like that, okay? Not this dumb quiz that you're gonna give us. Okay, and then people are, we're getting restless, and they come on the microphone, they're like, okay, the festivities are almost over. Let's wrap it up. Here, everybody, is George Washington. Woo! And a fucking actor dressed up as George Washington comes out and makes the corniest speech of all time. It was like, he's like, well, when I was a general, we had to be disciplined. Like some random ass patriotic and like bullshit like that. We had to be disciplined. You guys were gonna road to success, blah blah blah. First step in your journey of adulthood. Like dumb, like really dumb shit. And then he was like, I can't believe I would ever hear myself say these words. Congratulations. Wait, let me redo that. Welcome to the George Washington University class of 2018. Woo! And everybody like loses their shit, and it was, I don't know, it was kind of weird. And then everybody is like, okay, guess we're gonna be done with this stupid shit. We can leave now. And they're like, nope, can't leave yet, because they bust us here, so we have no way of getting back. And it's our first, like, day at school. I think it was now to, like, Ubered or something. But we were trapped there. And they're like, no, wait, we got cookies. Isn't everybody want cookies? And meanwhile, we have not eaten in, like, hours. And the last time they fed us, they gave us these shit boxes full of lunch. Lunch boxes full of shit. So... yeah, and so these, like, caterers come out and put trays and trays of cookies on fold out tables, and then a wildfire of students broke out. It was like the scene in Mean Girls whenever Katie is imagining how it would be in Africa and everybody's like savage as fuck. That's how it was. I was like diving under people's legs and grabbing cookies and like, oh, I got 5 cookies. Like, I'm eating well tonight. Woohoo! And then, okay, all right, cookie time's over, guys. You ruined that too. Now we're all gonna go home. And so instead of going home, instead of just everybody go on the buses, they, for some reason, like, made a giant line, which wasn't even a line, it was just a pack of people in the lobby of the museum or whatever. And the student, like, leaders from, like, upperclassmen or whatever, they had to, like, security guard rope us off, like they were pushing against the crowd because we were all so tired and bored and hungry, and we were all like, college is gonna suck dick, like this is what it is? We have to go be in a museum for 10 hours? This was the worst. Literally the worst. The journalists who were murdered in France brings up an interesting dilemma. Because people on the right are gonna say, see, we told you all these terrorists are run amok, the Muslim extremists, they don't understand, they hate us and our freedoms and our Western values, scare them, and they hate us and shit. Fuck all Muslims. That's pretty much what they're gonna say. And then the people on the left are like, well, freedom of speech and everything, but you guys are being pretty racist about Muslims, so I'm not going to support this because not all Muslims are killers, and also, why are you saying that you hate Muslims? And let's unpack this. Let's analyze this. Now, when you murder someone, you probably shouldn't have done that, right? So the gunmen are in the wrong. Okay. Pretty obvious. Now, the journalists it is a issue with free speech, okay? I think that you should be able to do and say anything you want as long as it doesn't physically harm another person. Like, you can say, like, all black people are criminals, or white people can't dance, or Muslims kind of get crazy. And all fucking religions get crazy. You could say whatever you want. You say Sandy Masselli is a big fat piece of shit who is stupid and no one likes. I don't care. You know? You could say that. You can say that again if you wanted to. I'm feeling. But so yeah, all right. So that's simple. Now, here's the thing. When you have a book that literally says you should kill anyone who disagrees with you, well then yeah, probably not the best creed or doctrine to follow. You know? So there is some... There's some validity there. We really do have to look at the crazy stuff people believe and see what actions are likely to arise from those beliefs. Now, I'm not talking about thought crime. I'm not saying that people shouldn't be able to believe whatever they want to believe. What I am saying is that it's pretty undisputable that if somebody believes certain things, they're likely to do harm, like actions based on those beliefs, you know? all of your beliefs inform your actions. Which means we have to just lay that out there, okay? It's not a all Muslims are terrorists thing. Obviously, that's not the case. But to say that Islam is not a violent religion is sort of disingenuous when you think about all the shit that it's a warrior religion, literally. It's about killing people who don't agree with you and blowing yourself up for the cause or whatever the shit. Okay, that sounded pretty ignorant, I will admit. Not about Alright, the religion is not about blowing yourself up, okay? I'm sorry that I said that. But a lot of people who believe in it do that. You know, there's a really big correlation there. I'm not saying all Christians are homophobes, but if you believe that the Bible is a literal word of God, chances are you're going to be homophobic because it says it in the book. Chances are you're gonna be a little bit cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. You're whatever. You know what I mean. That's what I wanted to say. Is people's beliefs really do affect their actions. People should not be arrested for thought crimes. They could do and say whatever they want as long as it doesn't hurt anybody. But we have to look at it objectively and just, come to an understanding that if someone believes that they have the actual truth of a divine power and that anybody who disagrees with them should be killed, well then the chances are that they're probably going to kill some people who don't agree with them, Whatever. I love you, and I love you, and I love you. And praise Allah, good night.